Bitches, let's all join hands and bow our heads in thoughts and prayers for Charlie Kirk. Thoughts and prayers for Charlie Kirk. Thoughts and prayers, thoughts and prayers.
I want you guys to know that I am not joking when I say this. I am not saying this as a figure of speech or something like that. But when I look at this reaction, like the reaction that you just saw to what happened to Charlie Kirk, I can't help but feel like these reactions are just absolutely demonic. Like they are absolutely demonic. And maybe that is just my way of trying to rationalize the evil and the hatred that we are seeing right now, but I cannot explain it in any other way. It's not even human. It's not human in nature, what I feel like we're witnessing right now. The looks that I see on these people's faces, the smiling, the smirking, the laughter, thoughts and prayers. It's absolutely demonic. There's no other way to describe it. And I feel like if you're a decent person still out here, and there's some decent people still out there, there's some decent people watching this video right now. There's also some people that aren't so decent. You'll see some of them down in the comments below. But I feel like decent people out there, if you're anything like me, and I'm not saying, I'm the most decent person, but do you guys feel what I'm feeling? Like the energy that is out there of just pure evil and hatred. It's at an all-time high. It's at an all-time high for sure. And we are watching a large portion of this country just maniacally spiral out of control in a flurry of just straight up diabolical, evil, just vile, disgusting reactions and celebrations and the TikTok videos and the social media posts. I can't even begin to imagine deriving any pleasure, any sort of pleasure at all, from seeing someone, a father, get killed in the way that Charlie got killed right in front of his kids. Yet there's people out there, or what we're supposed to call people, that are having the reactions like the reactions you've seen, like the reactions that you just saw at the beginning of this video. And for me, this case it's the most flustering case or story I have ever covered in my life. Because on one hand, we have this like constantly developing true crime case, finding out different details about the suspect. We have the case playing out. And then on the other hand, we have all of these vile reactions. And I want to have the time to be able to update you guys on the actual updates in the case, but also have the time to confront and call out this evilness. But there's only so many hours in a day. So I'm struggling over, do I call this out or do I update you guys on this detail? I don't know which would be most important for me to do. Because right now I think both things are very important. People need to know the truth about this case, but also there needs to be someone out here calling out this evil, demonic behavior that we're seeing. So I'm trying to balance doing them both. So I wanted to really point out that reaction specifically, because celebrating Charlie's death simply isn't enough for these people. They also want to mock Christianity while celebrating Charlie's death, because that's one of the main reasons they wanted Charlie dead. You may think it's because of his views on this or his views on that. A lot of it simply has to do with the fact that he was a Christian man, a white Christian family man, what they absolutely hate the most. But I want to pivot over really quickly, because there are new updates coming in about the suspect. At the time of this recording, we still don't know what's going on with the fact that they evacuated the suspect's house and like the surrounding area. We still don't know what's going on with that. But I know that over the coming days, we're going to start hearing from people, hopefully, that know the suspect, because I don't think that this is going to be another situation like the Thomas Crooks situation with Trump, to where we have a suspect that just has no ties to no one knows him at all. No, I think people are going to start speaking out about this Tyler Robinson guy. And in fact, someone who used to go to school with him already spoke out. He didn't provide too much information, but at the very least, he gives us a better idea of how Tyler was back in high school. I want to go ahead and roll this clip really quickly, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
I went to school with this Tyler Robinson kid. I'll show y'all. That's him right there, Tyler Robinson. I'm not trying to like clout chase, make this shit about me, but I'm not gonna say I knew this kid really well. I didn't know him very well at all, but I definitely saw him for like 3 straight years in high school. And the best way I could describe him is just like a Reddit kid. I don't know, I feel like if you were in high school around that same time, and even probably now, like 2018, and then like, you know, those kinds of kids, but that's exactly what he was. All I'm gonna say is this is the kind of shit that happens when you spend way too much time online, and all of a sudden your beliefs are all the way this way or all the way this way, and you do some dramatic shit to please these people that are not your friends. This internet shit is seriously no joke.
So we didn't learn too much about Tyler there, but he did make a very good point. And I also think that we're going to be hearing from more people who knew Tyler in the future for sure. Give it a couple of hours, a couple of days, people are going to start speaking out. But like I said, he made a good point. A lot of people are terminally online. They're on the internet all day, and they get dragged in these different directions, and they become radicalized. Now, I think it's important to point out the fact that most of the hateful, violent rhetoric that we're seeing, the majority of it is coming from one side. There's been a lot of like, hey, everyone needs to chill out and everyone needs to calm down, but I don't see the left-wing version of Charlie Kirk getting assassinated. I don't see people taking shots at, Joe Biden and stuff like that. But it's always right-wing figures that seem to be targeted with this violence. And it's usually people on the left that are saying all types of crazy stuff online nonstop every day. The same people who are celebrating Charlie's death right now. But yeah, I think that some of these problems that we're seeing in this country on both sides, a lot of the division that we're seeing in this country, it's online. It's not necessarily in person. A lot of these issues would be solved if people would simply touch grass. And I know that may sound weird coming from me because I'm a YouTuber and you're used to seeing me on your TV screens or your computer screens. But folks, there's a reason why I'm not online live streaming 12 hours a day like half of the other people on this platform. It's because I try to balance a everyday normal life with the YouTuber lifestyle as well. And I try to do a good job of it. So I think that everyone sometimes needs to take some time off of the internet. understand that a lot of the hate you see online, you might not necessarily experience from people in person. But at the same time, it's hard to deny that things are getting more violent. Things are getting more crazy. And after seeing what happened to Charlie, you can't help but wonder what's going to happen next. Because unfortunately, I feel like the person who did this to Charlie, and many of the people like him, I feel like they're in like some sort of a death cult. You know, they're into self-mutilation. They don't believe in the nuclear family. They hate families. They hate family values. They basically hate everything that is just and good in life. And they promote all of their wild, crazy ideologies. So it really is concerning about where things go moving forward after seeing what happened to Charlie, because it definitely feels like this has the potential to spill out into something that I don't think any of us really want. Even if you think you want it, I don't think you do. And I'm hoping that nothing too crazy comes of this. But on one side, you have people who are mourning Charlie's death. You have people who are emotional. They're sad. They're a wreck after what happened. And then on the other side, you have people making lists about who they want to get next. You have people making t-shirts, making artwork, making TikTok videos, making songs, just in celebration of what happened to Charlie. But like Charlie's old classmate said, you get online, you get radicalized, and then you do something crazy to please a certain crowd of people. But those people aren't your friends. Tyler will be forgotten about. Charlie won't be. Charlie's name will be remembered forever. Tyler has already sealed his own fate. And like I said, it's a death cult. So half of the people that he tried to please probably won't be here long themselves. Look at the lifestyles they live. But with that being said, I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.